plane, I checked in 2 of these bags, and they, of course, contain many more of these bags. Recursive stuff, and if you then look into it, the first time I came upon this bag was in the Danish Army. It was made.
The only guy who doesn't know who you are is Joseph.
I'm a guy from the Danish Army. I'm Mogens Nørgaard from MIracle Benelux. And it was originally made so that you could carry a gun in it, so it's slightly longer than usual. And I really liked the bag because it appeared it was a military camouflage bag and all that, and I used it wherever I traveled, although that's very, very illegal, conferences and things, because man, it could contain stuff. Also, it had 2 neat features. It's got shoulder straps that actually work and can be hidden in here if you don't want to use them, and these solid ones here. And then the whole secret. This zipper here is a YKK number 10. It's the only zipper in the world that will never jam and never break. It doesn't happen. Anyway, so finally I persuaded a lieutenant colonel that I know who buys these things from the Danish Army to put me in contact with the English company that makes them. And I said, I need one in a neutral color, not camouflage. They said no. Yes, it would be a fine idea, and you would probably say no. And the good thing is, I said, you have actually used the YKK number 10, which is the only zipper that will never break or jam. He said, the sales director from this English company. He said, that's funny. We have delivered 47,500 to the Danish Army and 2,500 to English Special Forces. We've never had a return. I mean, if the SAS can sort of use it, I guess I can. This side or end pocket here is a YKK number 8.
Yeah.
3% of them will be sort of. It's a lesbian zipper.
That's why you like it.
There should be 2, but there isn't. And in case you get a bag where this one breaks, or indeed you become the first one when the number 10 breaks, return it, we'll send it to England, it's fixed immediately. The first time I met these 2 guys, it's a company called CQC. They live down in the southwestern part of England, down by the Atlantic Ocean, Barnstable, down where they have palm trees and stuff. Old guys, 60 years old. They deliver also everything that things are carried in or carried with in the English and Danish armies made by this little company. So I said, well, we have 3 of these that are broken, and the managing director sort of looked at me. Do you have a sewing machine, he asked me. We were in our microbrewery, so I didn't have a sewing machine. Damn, he said, because otherwise I could have fixed it, I know what's wrong. That's the kind of attitude they have, and then it was fixed. So if you have problems with this zipper, return it. If you have problems with this, I want to know.
How big is the Danish army, if I might ask?
About 42 people. But we have.
He's small range.
Yeah. Well, I clearly remember when the whole hunt for
Red October.
started out in the Tora, we sent our complete special forces unit over there, all 150 of them.
That's commitment.
So anyway, that's the bag, and I think I have few of them with me. I couldn't carry more than these 22 of them. So Anja will hand out bags to to the fortunate ones after this break, and then the rest will probably get one at some other point in time. But I think Jeff should get one, because Cary is...
Oh, well, thank you.
He hasn't spoken yet, so.
Yep, that's
Prepayment.
Well, we in the U.S., we're not accustomed to delayed gratification.
Oh, I'll have a word.
We get our cake before we actually do something.
Well, you're just old.
That is true.
teach.
Would you speak briefly of Lex and why Jeff hired him?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Anybody here who doesn't know Lex de Haan or didn't know Lex de Haan? All right, Dutch guy who was a good old friend in the Oak Table community. He was also a member of the Sequel committee for many years, and we had lots of fun with him. He became very ill from cancer and decided to do the Dutch what's it called, the suicide thing, the assisted suicide. And I was the last one to speak to him, and then he had 24 hours with his family, and then the injection. So that was actually nice to be able to say goodbye to him. And he repeated during our hour of talk there, and he said that to several people in the days before. 1, 2, 6. And that was because he wanted to die on the 1st of February 2006. 1, 2, 6. And he kept saying that to people, but not explaining it. And then he died, and then a couple of days later, my wife comes down in the morning and she says, I had a dream. 3 times 42 is 126. Lex's strength or speciality was 3-valued logic. Times 42, which is the answer to everything, of course. That's 126. That was his riddle that he left, which is pretty cool. His oldest daughter came up with the same idea about the same day, or whatever. Anyway, it's to honor him that Cary and Jeff are here. It was an old commitment.
Yeah, he asked about a year before he passed away that he said, I want for the 2 guys that wrote the book to come teach. And I said, but Lex, Jeff doesn't do this anymore. And he says, no, but I would like it if Jeff would. So Jeff is here.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
And just call me if there's something you can't figure out.
Thank you very much. Do that for a moment. During the break, I made the remark to Annette that I've talked to many of you repeatedly, and so now I kind of, when I see you coming up, that's the guy that talked to me yesterday about the other thing. So I kind of know who you are, but I'm really not very good with remembering the name that I hear you say quickly during the introduction. So what I've asked Annette to do is to take a photo of each of you.
Just photo my
And it's
shoes.
optional. You don't have to do it. But you will only receive your lunch ticket if you have your photo taken.